Hello, and welcome back to Airspace Link's AirHub Academy. Today, we're going to update the operation planning process. Without further ado, let's get started. As you can see, I'm in my favorite area, Vacation Isle, in San Diego, California. I've already dropped a point, and now I need to get my approval. Once I click Get Approval, my operation opens, and I already have an operational area created and selected. If this operational area is fine, you don't need to do anything other than click the green check mark. However, you have the option to create a new area or change its size, shape, and location. Once you're satisfied with its location, size, and shape, click the green check mark, and as you can see, your operational area has now been created. As a quick note, please give your operation a unique title so that you can easily find it if you have multiple operations. As you can see, I'm in a 100-foot grid space, so I'm going to change my altitude accordingly. I'm also going to change my date and time for tomorrow. I'm going to make sure that I'm in the correct time zone. As you can see, I am the pilot in command, and now I'm going to save my operation. Once I've saved my operation, you can see that I get the operation created dialog box. This looks a little different than it used to, but now all you need to do is click the Get Lance button. If everything is correct, select Confirm. I will explain variable height in just a moment. So, I'm going to click Confirm. You can see that my request has been submitted successfully. However, it is still incomplete, so I need to submit my request for automatic approval. As you can see, we've submitted our request for automatic approval, and it has been approved. Everything else within the process remains the same. We have our resources, download, edit, duplicate, and delete buttons, which have not changed. If you need to know about your airspace, simply click on the button here, and you can see everything you need to know. Now let's quickly go back and change this just slightly so we can look at what it means to have multiple airspace approvals across different airspace altitudes. I will drop a point a little farther over, still in Vacation Isle. I'm going to click Get Approval, and now I'm simply going to move my operating area over so you can see that I'm actually in 4 separate grid square spaces. 2 with a 50-foot grid height and 2 within a 100-foot grid height. I'll zoom out just a touch so you can see the grid ceiling height of 50 feet and 50 feet, then 100 feet and 100 feet. Everything looks good to me, so I'm going to click the green check mark. I will change my altitude here to 100 feet, change my date to tomorrow, change my time zone, and click Save Operation. Once again, my operation has been created, and I will click Get Lance. I'll tap on this variable height button and click Confirm. Now you can see that I have different flight height requests. So, I will submit my request for this half of my flight operational area, which is in a 100-foot grid height flight height ceiling. Now, I will submit my request for the other half of my flight in a 50-foot grid height flight height ceiling. I have confirmed both of my operational areas, and I also have this reminder that this authorization was generated below the originally requested altitude. If you remember, this grid square and this grid square are in a 50-foot flight height ceiling. This grid square and this grid square are in a 100-foot flight height ceiling. I initially asked for 100 feet for the whole operation, but because of the differences in flight heights and using the variable height option, I can now create one operation with multiple variable altitudes. Well, that about does it for the new and updated operation planning functionality. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out. And as always, happy flying!